and let my Lambo out the rock. But I be in the boat out like a suit that I don't got. And I don't check my bank account, that shit ain't interesting. My interest in the 808s, it's out here running. I tell them I'm so honky-tonk and let my Lambo out the rock. But I be in the boat out like a suit that I don't got. And I don't check my bank account, that shit ain't interesting. My interest in the 808s, it's out here.
All right, some Upchurch songs are good and some are not. Not really a fan of that one. Just came out today, I think. Good evening, everyone. Happy, what is today? Thursday, February 26th. Hope everyone's doing good. Late start today. Been busy all day. Still working on the truck. Still ain't fixed yet. I mean, we got what I thought was the problem fixed today. Still making noise, so I think the U-joints are next. Suzanne, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I heard we just, not we, but Afghanistan launches attacks against Pakistan. I don't know what that's about. But I have a video on that. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing good. Get everybody a chance to get in here. Daniel Berry, hello. Hope you're doing well. Let me turn my YouTube on my phone here. Normally babysit today, but my granddaughter and my daughter are getting ready to go on a cruise. So my daughter took today off to pack and get ready. I think they leave on Sunday. So they're going on some Disney cruise for my granddaughter's birthday. Wow, we got 7 people in here already. Nice. Where's Tommy at? I had something to complain to him about, but I can't even remember what it was now. I should have wrote it down. Damn it. GDM, hello. Finally get to catch you live. I am doing well. I have a little headache right now, but I'm doing good. I'm just getting over being sick for I don't know how long I was sick for, a week. It was nothing major, but started out with a sore throat, and I was just tired for a week. Tired, sore throat, runny nose, that type of stuff. Trock, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we were just over at Tommy's a little bit ago. Seen Slim over there. Let me load up my X files here. Candace Owens has been live the last couple of days, which is kind of cool. Doing the whole Erica Kirk expose. This is Afghanistan and Pakistan, apparently. Is it really Afghanistan and Pakistan fighting, or it's kind of weird timing? Or is there some sneaky little Israelis over there pushing buttons? You know how those sneaky little Israelis do it. Always wanting war. Elderberry syrup, I take it at the first sign of scratchy throat. Yeah, I've never done the elderberry. I should look into that one of these days. I always hear people talk about it. It just reminded me, though, I do need to take my zinc. Let me grab that real quick. But yeah, so Afghanistan and Pakistan are going at it, which is kind of weird. I thought it was India and Pakistan that had beef. So if anybody had, Donna, I just missed your premiere. I'll try to catch your replay soon. Oh, there's Donna. Okay. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Did not realize she was up there. I'll be right back. I'm listening. Just smoke a cig and you'll feel fine. No smoking cigs over here, Troc. We're no smoking unless it rhymes with cannabis. Hillary Clinton just got done lying through her teeth for the Epstein deposition. I mean, I don't know which way we want to take it. I guess we could listen to a little bit of this one.
Everybody.
Hello. Hi, Hillary. Hi, Killary.
Well, I have just finished testifying.
I just finished burying 3 bodies. Oh, no, wait. What'd she say?
Good evening. Well, I have just finished testifying. I answered every one of their questions as fully as I could.
Sure you did.
Based on what I knew. And what I knew is what I said in my statement this morning. I never met Jeffrey Epstein, never had any connection or communication with him. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell casually as an acquaintance.
Let's do it. Grateful. Hello, hello. Suzanne is laughing. Yeah, I mean, let's do a quick recap. Her husband is Bill Clinton. Let's just think about that for a second. Her husband is Bill Clinton. We're talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Now, what did she say again?
Connection or communication with him. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell. I never met Jeffrey Epstein, never had any connection or communication with him. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell casually as an acquaintance. But whatever they asked me, I did my very best to respond. It was disappointing that they refused to hold a public hearing, so I wouldn't have to be out here characterizing it for you. You could have seen.
Yeah, I'm sure you wanted a public hearing. Hello, Arlene. Yeah, because her husband sure did, right? I'm just play a little bit more of this.
It for yourself. We had asked for that. We think it would have been better for the committee and its efforts to gather whatever information they are seeking. We had a bit of a challenge in the beginning because we had agreed upon rules based on the fact it was going to be a closed hearing at their demand.
I don't understand this part of her whatever speech here. Why do you need rules? If you don't have anything to hide, you don't. If you never met Jeffrey Epstein, you don't have. You don't even know who he is. Basically, you never even heard of him. Why do you need rules? Rules for what? What kind of rules?
And one of the members violated that rule, which was very upsetting because it suggested that they might violate other of our agreements. So we had to cease the hearing for a period of time until we could get assurances that no rules would be broken going forward.
Rules broken, broken rules, rules broken. She said that like 3 times. All just kabuki theater bullshit. Her husband, I don't know about Bill. I think they are questioning. Either they did or they're going to. I'm not exactly sure. Just lying through her teeth, though.
Forward, and we returned to answer questions repetitively, literally over and over again. I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices. So it's on the record numerous.
Huh. Interesting. Well, she wasn't too upset about Bill and Monica Lewinsky either, right? I mean, who's to say? I have a couple more videos on her. This is a foldable screens for a car in China. Probably another $30,000 to get your laptop to pop in and out of a little compartment. It's basically like a laptop that you could put in the glove compartment, but permanently attached to the car for an additional $75,000. Thank you very much. Slim, what's going down? How you doing? Seen you over at Tommy's. So apparently, I don't know if you guys seen the video of the snowball fight in New York City. They're trying to make a big deal about that. Mom Dominique said he's not going to do nothing about it. A snowball fight. But apparently the police department arrested 27-year-old West African Guzman Kubali, who was one of the perpetrators.
The NYPD making an arrest in Monday's snowball attack on police in Washington Square Park. The 27-year-old Guzman Kubali is under arrest for his role in Monday's attack that left 2 New York police officers injured. Kubali is no stranger to police. He was arrested just a few weeks ago for an attempted robbery in the transit system. You'll remember this is how Mayor Mamdani described Monday's incident.
I can just tell you from the video I saw, it looked like kids at a snowball fight.
The governor of New York was asked about Monday's.
And so there you have it. We have an arrest. Finally. My God. I mean, who needs pedophiles arrested in the government when we can arrest 27-year-old West Africans for throwing snowballs at pigs? I mean, cops. Oh. I can see Aspen Police Department getting these, right? Aren't they questioning Bill tomorrow? Yeah, I think maybe they are. I think I did hear something along those lines. What is this? Just some boxing match, press conference, a little scuffle. I mean, the guy who got hit in the face with that bottle handled it pretty well. I don't even know who those guys are, but I just thought I'd bookmark it. Let's see here. What else do we got here? More of Hillary. So let's see here. What's this one? Something about her husband.
You spoke in your opening remarks about how heartbroken you have been for the Epstein survivors as these files have come out. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you have processed and reacted to the fact that the former president, your husband, Bill Clinton, is referenced in the Epstein files numerous times, including in some photos featuring women? And how have you been personally preparing for the deposition that is coming tomorrow? Are you 100% confident that there isn't anything that the former president knows about Epstein's crimes?
I am, and I think the chronology of the connection that he had with Epstein ended several years before anything about Epstein's criminal activities came to light, and that he was charged and sadly given a sweetheart deal, which, as I said in my statement, had that not happened, perhaps his predatory behavior could have been stopped earlier. But I think it is fair to say that the vast majority of people who had contact with him before his criminal pleas in '08 were like most people. They did not know what he was doing. And I think that that is exactly what my husband will testify to tomorrow.
So he will be testifying tomorrow. So there she says that, you know, Bill's relationship with him was before any wrongdoing, right? She never met Jeffrey Epstein. She only knew Ghislaine as an acquaintance. And Bill's relationship with Epstein was before there was any wrongdoing, any conviction of wrongdoing. Okay, well, what about this?
And we returned to answer questions.
Wrong one, this one.
Scully Maxwell invited to my daughter Chelsea Clinton's wedding in 2010. She'd already been mentioned in a civil lawsuit by Virginia Giuffre before that, Jeffrey Epstein before that.
She came as the plus one, the guest of someone who was invited.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
So now Chelsea Clinton had Ghislaine Maxwell at her wedding after all the convictions from Jeffrey Epstein. And what say you to that, Hillary? She was a guest at an A1. She was the guest of a A1. I don't know, how did she put that?
Of someone who was invited.
Epstein had already been convicted before that.
She came as the plus one, the guest of someone who was invited.
She came as the plus one guest to someone that was invited. What? Who's that someone that was invited? The plus one guest to someone that was invited. Uh-huh. Sure thing. Yes, exactly. Who was the invited guest that she was yeah. I'd like to know that too. That proves they were close. Yep, or until they're caught. Yep. Until it's brought to light. Jeffrey Epstein was invited. You already know. He probably didn't even need an invitation. He was probably part of the planning committee. You know? It's probably his building. But we already know she's going to lie, and we already know he's going to lie. Let me get back up here to the top. Looked at these ones. Looked at that one. Looked at that one. So apparently, the USS Gerald Ford was headed or was in the Gulf over there by Iran. And I don't know if it's true or not, but they're saying that the soldiers on board the, whatever it is, the aircraft carrier, whatever that is, battleship, sabotaged the plumbing in order to leave. They don't want to fight Israel's war, basically.
I know from my sources in the Navy that sailors actually took undershirts and stuffed them into the toilets to cause them to back up.
What?
I know that the crew's very, very unhappy with being at sea now for 10 months. And before this is over, it will have been a year. They went to Suda Bay. I think they tried to address some of this. And now they've pulled out of Suda Bay after 48 hours or a little more than that to repair things. But you're talking about something else that's hugely important. I don't want to go into great detail, but logistics in the region is very problematic right now. Places we formerly were able to utilize, we can't because of the Huckabee interview, frankly. That that particular revelation has turned almost everybody against us in the region. So,
and what he's referring to there, if you guys didn't see that, I know a lot of you did. Tucker Carlson interviewed Mike Huckabee, the ambassador to Israel, U.S. ambassador to Israel. And Tucker asked him, you know, basically in the Bible that it says that, you know, Israel is owed pretty much all of the Middle East. And, you know, Tucker says, so, you know, basically, so what? Are they going to just take it all over? And Mike Huckabee says it'd be okay with me if they did. You know, it's just fucking warmongering madness. That guy is a fucking psychopath. It's no wonder that Benjamin Netanyahu has him as the Israel ambassador. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure he's the one that has to say so and all that. Google says Maxwell attended as a +1 of her then boyfriend Ted Waite, a tech billionaire and Clinton Foundation donor. Ted Waite, a tech billionaire. Huh. Yeah, you know, those foundations, what a fucking scam that must be, huh? I wonder how many people have been, you know, trafficked, raped, sexually assaulted, who knows what, inside those foundations, the Clinton and Gates foundations in particular. I think Clinton or Gates came out and admitted that he had sex with affair with a couple of Russian prostitutes or whatever. You know, he finally came out and admitted it. But it's just so weird that Chelsea, you know, like, who is she to where it's her wedding and now, you know, she's inviting you know, I don't know. They're just all just in it together, you know? They all know what it is. So weird. There was a man gambling on his phone for 2 hours when he finally crashed his car into a pregnant woman, causing her to give birth prematurely. 30-year-old Jack Bentley was arrested and thrown in jail following the incident. The woman, 2 children were in the car, and their pet dog were all injured in the crash. The woman suffered a fractured pelvis. She had to undergo emergency cesarean. The dog also needed emergency surgery. And I don't even think the guy was raped. So, not good. These women, they have no self-value. They spread themselves around to any man for $1. Yep. Ted Waite. Remember the Gateway computers? That's Ted Waite. Oh, wow. Okay. It's crazy to think about all these sickos are the ones that rolled out the computers and software and all that. You know what I mean? Like, we've been, when we say that the government, you know, tracks us and all that type of stuff, like, we didn't know it was on this level. Like, you know, you have these billionaire people that are actively, you know, active pedophiles scanning the country for their next victims. And they have access to all of us because we all have computers, you know. It's scary to think about. speaking of scary, Lisa Rinna says she was drugged at a Hollywood premiere. Test came back positive for fentanyl. She claimed she was roofied at the Trader Season 4 premiere party.
You made news about, you thought that maybe you were roofied at the party.
Yes, I was.
You know that for certain?
Well, I do.
Did you take like a test or something?
I did.
Do you know what it was?
I had fentanyl in my system.
What?
Yes, I'm not kidding. I had fentanyl, high levels of amphetamines and other things, but I can't talk a lot about it because we're still dealing with it. It was leaked, and my team is dealing with it now.
You made news about, you thought that maybe you were roofied at the party.
Yes, I was.
You know that for certain?
Well, I do.
Did you take like a test or something?
I did.
It's kind of a suspicious answer, but, if it's still under court. It's just kind of weird that at a Hollywood premiere that would happen, right? I mean, I guess it's not weird because these women have no self-guide. I have a friend in Derbyshire. I should ask her. He did go to prison. I don't know how long. He was sentenced to over 2 years, it said. No one died, thankfully. I think some people in the comments said that 2 years was like iffy if that was long enough. Hopefully he has his license taken away. I mean, I personally don't think that, especially a gambling app, and I know they have the technology to do it, you should not be able to access those type of apps while you're driving. So whether they have to set a speed limit, literally you have to be going slower than 10 miles an hour to access this app, or it automatically shuts off. However, I don't know how they can do it, but we don't want, it's bad enough social media and texting and all this kind of bullshit. You wait and see what happens when gambling is legalized everywhere and they're heavily promoting online gambling. We don't need that. That's just it's going to be bad. People are going to be mad. They're just, it just gets crazy. Holly Weird. Magooch, hello. Good to see you. Because the world is completely crazy, Mossada, so nothing surprises us anymore. No, it don't. Nope. Her weirdo husband likes to walk, right? All right, what else do we got here? We got the Hillary one. This is just kind of a cool video on grafting. I think that's what you call it, right? Curious if any of you guys are gardeners. I'll just say it. I used to grow pot for like 5 years. That's the extent of my gardening experience. But my mom loved to garden. She grew everything. But I always kind of been fascinated by these techniques here, grafting. I think that's what you call it, right? There's grafting, and then there's another one. Yeah, we could do without the music. This is pretty cool here, how they get it to bend. You give him a couple of plants to take care of, and he's good. You already know, Magooch. All I need is a couple little clones. I'm good now, though. I'd rather just buy my weed than grow it. I don't have the time, and nor the space anymore. I just think that's way cool, though. That's how you can get, I guess if you were going to grow a Japanese maple, for example, because my mom used to buy those and grow them in her yard. They would get huge, but I was wondering, how do you get another one to grow? You probably have to do it like that. Graft it, root it. It's probably how you make take an apple tree and a pear tree and make I don't know what you'd call that, a per apple or something. I got a bunch of just random videos like this today. Candace has been doing a whole breakdown on, she started her Erica Kirk thing. Not gonna lie, it's like highly, highly detailed. So it's not really a whole lot to even talk about because, I mean, good luck following that. You have to go back and watch it for yourself. But it is going to start getting better. She's going to get to the part where dummies like me can be interested and follow along. She's just laying out receipt after receipt after receipt right now. So she's just, her whole timeline of what liars these guys are. And she's making Erica Kirk and her mom especially, man, they look bad. Erica Kirk ain't never dated anybody but people that are famous, like baseball player, basketball player, the Amazing Race, Charlie Kirk. She was going to be with somebody. Candace is just destroying her. GDM says, how are your amazing critters tonight, Magooch? Suzanne says, versus my dad, who was a farmer and became a chef, both reputable, though both different worlds. Yeah, Suzanne, right? What kind of trees are those? Ficus? Well, I have no idea, Grateful. I could spot a weed tree, and that's about it. I never knew how these were grown into shapes. Yeah, isn't it cool? My father was an agriculturalist for the government. Oh, wow. He had to live in South America for a few years, and not to brag, but he knew Pierre Trudeau personally. Wow, that's cool, Suzanne. He was an agriculturalist for the government. That's badass. Candace must have excellent security. Oh, yeah, 100% she does. No guarantees in life, though. I mean, look at Trump. They just got that kid a couple days ago that was trying to get to him, apparently. It's a crazy world. And who's to say? But I would have to say that it's definitely not the safest time to be a politician in history. You know what I mean? It may not be the most dangerous time, but it's probably up there. I mean, we just played a video a couple of weeks ago of a Mexican lady get hit in the head with a grenade. Luckily, she survived. But somebody threw a freaking explosive and hit her in the head like 2 weeks ago. Trump getting shot. I mean, there was a Mexican mayor just shot and killed not too long ago by a 17-year-old cartel member. It's crazy out there. You got to really want to be a politician. Love this video. This says, now I understand why mice are scared of cats. This video is hilarious. Yep, those mice don't stand a chance. Black cats are my favorite cats too. They're the coolest. And some of the best hunters too, I think. So, there's no way a mice is surviving around a black cat. This is just a tourist taking photos in Tokyo's I should know how to say this, Tsukiji Market, the Tsukiji Market, accidentally captured a pickpocket in the middle of stealing while they're doing a food review. So see if you can spot the pickpocket.
Super cremoso, olha. Olha como é que é dentro. Achei que era sequinho. Bom? É bom? Muito bom. É bem crocante por fora e por dentro é esse molhadinho, que eu nem sei o que é, e é muito bem temperado. E esse molhadinho e é muito bem temperado. Super cremoso, olha. Olha lá como é que é dentro. Achei que era sequinho.
Son of a bitch.
É bom? Muito bom. É bem crocante por fora.
I'm gonna pause it.
E por dentro é esse molhadinho.
Okay. Now this is her right here. And the guy's going to and he's going to bump up against her. She's got her backpack on.
É bem crocante por fora.
Boom. And did you see his hand? You'll see his hand. Watch it again. You'll see his hand underneath of his jacket. His one hand is right here. His right hand's right here, but his left hand is going to be underneath his jacket. Boom, right there. There's his hand, this motherfucker. And there it is. Red-handed. He's going in. Boom. His hand is inside her backpack right now. And it's out with her purse. And she don't know nothing. There she is looking at the camera. She don't know she just been robbed. And you can see her wallet right there. And then that chick behind him, she's in on it too. She's with this guy. They both have the same hat on. And she was looking too.
E é muito bem temperado.
See, as he's getting it, you look at her eyes. His wife or whoever that is. Oh yeah, she's right on that. She knows what's going on. Motherfucker. Got to be careful. Robbed on camera. Yep. So, I mean, when you're on vacation, especially, you got to be careful because they look for tourists, the backpacks and all that kind of stuff. They'll come up behind you and just bump into you like that. And how are you going to feel that? You know? Apparently, 4 Americans were killed. 4 people on an American boat. So I don't know if that's Americans or not. 4 people killed on an American boat by the communist Cuban regime. They claim it tried to infiltrate the island, but Marco Rubio's not buying it, and he's going to investigate it. Kind of probably like Charlie Kirk.
Territorial waters. That's about 1 mile off Cuba's north coast. Now, the speedboat, which is registered to Florida, was carrying 10 armed individuals who, according to preliminary statements from those detained, intended to carry out an infiltration of terrorist purposes. That's according to Cuban Interior Ministry. Secretary of State Rubio says the U.S. needs to confirm these details independently from Cuba.
Suffice it to say, it is highly unusual to see shootouts in open sea like that. It's not something that happens every day. It's something, frankly, that hasn't happened with Cuba in a very long time. But we're going to find out. We're not going to base our conclusions on what they've told us.
So it's a very confusing story.
And the Associated Press reportedly talked to the brother of one of the men killed on the boat. He said his brother had territorial waters. That's about.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't even say if they're American or not. Highly suspicious story. Rubio will squash it for 20 mil. Yeah, Magooch, you already know. Yeah, and he's Cuban. He's of Cuban descent too, isn't he? President Trump says he will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank.
But did you promise leaders this week that you would not allow Israel to annex the West Bank? Is that something that you?
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it. It's not going to happen.
Did you speak with Netanyahu about this directly?
Yeah, but I'm not going to allow it. Whether I spoke to him or not, I did. But I'm not allowing Israel to annex the West Bank. There's been enough. It's time to stop now, okay?
I don't know if we'll take him at his word or not. I don't know how many of you guys are snooker fans, but I'm a huge snooker fan, and I love this guy, John Virgo. He passed away earlier this year or late last year. I think it was earlier this month, actually, that he died, earlier in February. Very recognizable voice for snooker. So I was going to play a little bit of it. They did a tribute to him.
Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Oh, would you believe it? Get in, you beauty. Get in, you beauty.
John Trevor Virgo. What a showman. What a commentator. And what an entertainer. He had it all. I've known John for over 50 years. Our careers sort of ran alongside each other. We learned our trade in the commentary box, and it was something we were both passionate about.
Fantastic. A 145 followed by a 147. It doesn't get any better than that.
John's attitude was similar to mine. Let's sit in the commentary box and chat as if you were sitting in somebody's lounge watching a game of snooker with him.
Somehow he's got to fluke the yellow.
18-9.
You never know. You never know. There's 6 pockets on the table. There's 6 pockets on the table. There's 6 of them, you know.
The one that we talk about when we do the shows, we'll never forget, 1997. John and myself were sitting in the commentary box when Ronnie O'Sullivan made that famous maximum break. 5 minutes and 8 seconds. That was one of the greatest moments in the history of snooker. We became 2 of the best entertainers in the game. That's why we got so much work as exhibitions, because of the jokes and the trick shots, and because of John and the impersonations. He's Ray Reardon. He used to be terrific. I was easy to do. John used to go over and get the big novelty pair of glasses, stick them on, grab the cue and squint at the cue and turn it upside down and chalk the butt end of the cue. When we do the shows together, we get asked, what's your best achievement? And John's answer is, I thought he said, winning the 1979 UK Championship. He says, no, getting a phone call from the BBC and get invited on to do Big Break.
It's only a game, so put up a real...
Here today, John Virgo tomorrow. Here he is, his Uncle JB.
I was dressed as Widow Twankey, big red wig on and, full body and high heels. John couldn't stop laughing.
Are you doing anything later?
We should go out to dinner like this, shouldn't we?
A couple of working class boys making a living, knocking little round balls about with a piece of wood. I mean, we've had a wonderful life. John had a wonderful, wonderful life.
I'll stop it there. Had to go make some coffee. Yeah, we played some snooker on a while back. I don't know how many of you guys are snooker fans, but I love snooker. That guy, he was a tremendous voice for the game of snooker. It's a pretty interesting game. It's a little bit different than pool, played on a bigger table. Uses red balls and the colored balls. We could watch a game of snooker in a little bit if you want. I was watching a match earlier today that we could play. It was really good. Just a cool little video of 3 dogs. One dog has the right idea.
Dog's name, Ozzy. Ozzy. Oh my god.
That dog said, "You don't want to share? You want to cut your turn? I'm just going to bite it." The Anthropic CEO just said that AI will wipe out every job and spike unemployment to 20% in the next year.
You've said AI could wipe out half of all entry-level white-collar jobs and spike unemployment to 10 to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years.
Yes,
that's shocking.
That is the future we could see if we don't become aware of this problem now.
Half of all entry-level white-collar jobs.
Well, if we look at entry-level consultants, lawyers, financial professionals, many of kind of the white-collar service industries, a lot of what they do, AI models are already quite good at, and without intervention. It's hard to imagine that there won't be some significant job impact there. And my worry is that it'll be broad and it'll be faster than what we've seen with previous technology.
Man, all of these tech guys are just really weird looking. Another just random video. Kind of a little obscene looking, I guess. Looks like a huge nipple, not gonna lie, but it's just how they make these bowls. Pretty cool, and plates. All right, Slim, have a good one. I'll stop by later. There's your China right there. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, right? This is my last video that I have. This is somebody in Japan made a sled from a bullet from Mario Kart, and it went off course.
大丈夫かみんな大丈夫かおいちょっと大丈夫でしょうか
It's worth another look. Took the whole crowd out. Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss any videos here. I didn't have that many videos. Didn't have a whole lot of time today. Yep, no, that was it. Those are all the videos. Let me see what else we got on. If there's anything new that popped up. No, it doesn't look like anything pressing. I'm going to go ahead and end it there, guys. My buddy said he's going to stop by in a second. So appreciate everybody stopping by. I don't know if I'm going to do a show tomorrow or not. Probably will. Do one in the morning. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks for an interesting chat. Yes, absolutely. G-Dan, thank you for stopping by. You, Suzanne, Slim, Magooch, Donna, and everybody else that stopped by. Grateful was here. All you guys. Thank you again, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night.